Hi everyone, we're back at the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm Go Local News Editor Kate Nagel. I'm with someone who's been in here before, Marc Bochner. Thank you for coming in today with Bochner's Self-Defense, the highest rated
It is now on Google, the highest rated martial arts school on Google, which, it's not only me, it's my team, so I got to give a shout out to
Okay,
them.
so who's the shout out? Who are we rattling
man, I
off
could
here?
keep going. Bethany Lope, Sensei Joe, Aaliyah, Harry, Miss Cindy, everybody really. It's a team effort.
Well, I appreciate your coming in today because school year is well underway, and one of the things we wanted to talk about was kind of back to school safety, addressing bullying, but why martial arts? If you're looking again for those after school activities,
Sure.
Why martial arts? You hear about the discipline, you hear about, why the benefits to the youth who participate, but I'm going to let you talk about this.
Yeah, so I think inherently the martial arts intrinsically helps people develop as people, and as humans. What we do in our industry, and I think every martial arts instructor, means well and wants to do well by the kids or the adults, is, through wins and through helping the kids, get confidence and focus and different things like that, we build the child from someone who's shy or intimidated or just like distracted, and the way we teach our classes with like daily mat chats about focus or discipline and respect. It really, it's the only time where a child gets sat down by another mentor, and they talk about it and they give their own feedback. So intrinsically, the martial arts has that built into it. So in addition to that physical, I can defend myself, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting more confident. We actually take them aside in each class and have like daily chats about, what they can do to better themselves and what goals do they have. And not a lot of other sports will have that. It's really just focused on the sport. So that's where we really kind of, the industry does well with, just helping that child become a better version of themselves.
And talk with us, we chatted a little bit before you came on. How in the martial arts do you address the pervasive, ever-prevalent issue of bullying? So the focus is on the schools and the students right now. How do you address that?
Yeah, so that's a multifaceted question. I think the big thing I talked earlier about giving wins. So when someone's being bullied, right, they don't feel good about themselves, they're not confident, their self-esteem is low. So by taking them and giving them what we call wins, so if it's that kicking that pad down, or it's that winning that challenge against the instructor, or getting their belts or their stripes, which intrinsically is inside of the martial arts, the kid starts to build that confidence. And I've seen it personally where kids are just afraid to go to school, right? And the martial arts school becomes that safe haven. That's the place where they can kind of put themselves back together, become confident young adults, and then go into the real world.
Can this be, can martial arts be for both the kid who might be facing bullying in school and the bully himself?
Yes.
Or herself? I'm not going to be gender.
Well, one of the things I will talk about is that, we've definitely seen it with studies and personal experiences where, someone who's being bullied gets that confidence back and can actually stand up to the bully, or the bully just doesn't want to engage with them anymore because they're giving off a different vibration, different vibe. With the bully, a lot of times people bully because they're unhappy with themselves. So if you're taking that kid from, let's talk about the inside out, and making them a happier person, then that bullying behavior is not on their level, right? They don't want to do that anymore because they understand that they're hurting somebody's feelings, but they're also hurting themselves. And I think one of the best things that a martial arts instructor can give to a young child is that positive mentor. Because no matter what part of life you're in, you need mentors to get better. So if you have that positive role model that the bully can actually emulate, they understand there's a different way to live.
So you're basically explaining that, there's the physical aspect to the training and being at the school, but so much more of it being mental.
Sure.
Being able to address it from an internal perspective. How many students do you have in the classes total, would you say?
In the whole program, or what I teach?
With the whole program.
So our membership's probably around 110 students as we speak, and that's broken up to age-specific classes. So I know we're talking about children right now, but we have a huge adult class. So it's for everybody from age 5 to adults, because adults get stressed out too. So they want something to do.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
So we know that you have an additional partner around the corner. You're going to do a presentation to that.
I am. We're going to do a quick couple of demos, what we want to do. But one thing I just wanted to do is just give parents just a little guideline about bullying with their children. So there's just a couple things where, we talked about if somebody bullies somebody, it's not necessarily to do with the child being bullied, it's more about the bully being unhappy. So these are just kind of key points that they can talk with their children about. And just open dialogue, right? Because everything's communication. So if you can open dialogue with your child, you might actually learn a couple things to go. The second thing is to teach your child that the only opinion of themselves, the only opinion that matters is theirs, right? So, if the bully's saying something to you, but you've been taught that it's only your opinion that actually matters, it makes a huge difference. You get a whole shift on, how they should think and who they should let, get into the inner circle. The third thing, which I think is one of the most important, is building your bully brigade. So that is where, like, you tell people that you're having this issue, whether it's friends, whether it's a teacher, whether it's your parents, because this way you build your circle of support. And that can be extremely helpful because, as we know, somebody who's being bullied, they shell up.
Yep.
Right? So then that's when it gets worse, when you don't have somebody that you can go and talk to. And obviously a martial arts instructor or a coach can help as well. And the last thing, it's okay to walk away. Right? So if you're not being nice to me, I just leave, right? In the segment, that's the segment. But that's a big thing too. Like, you don't have to stay there and take it. You could just walk away.
Just walk away. I mean, very key lessons that, parents and students could certainly take to heart, especially, again, being back in the school year, and it's just such a prevalent issue. But providing one way to address it, again, being able to arm kids with the resources and the tools that they could use to be able to put them into use at school.
Sure, and I think that's the biggest thing because, right, one of the things we say at the school is that we're partners in parenting. So we're there to help the parents in any way that we can. And each individual student is different. But these are things where, we're the experts in this aspect, but we're just giving it to you to take home, because that's when the change happens at home and then gets reinforced in the martial arts schools.
So I appreciate you walking us through again addressing bullying.
It was good, right?
That was fantastic. I think it was wonderful. I'm really glad that we chatted about this. But I want to know, when I exit the studio here, what we're going to see here on Go Local.
Well, I'm going to watch you walk away.
From the presentation.
Oh, from the presentation. Oh, okay. So we're going to do two different defenses with Detective Joseph Hanley, who's one of my instructors. We're going to do a defense, sometimes someone pushes you and things like that. And, I get this question from parents all the time, right? So I understand that if somebody is, bullying your son or daughter, right, usually the go-to is like, just hit them.
Yeah.
Right. And while that can work, yes, but there's other alternatives that we can teach just to stop, right?
Okay.
Because one of the things is a bully's not going to really bully a person who is really confident, standing up straight, and can actually defend themselves. But you don't actually have to cause physical pain to show that. A lot of it's by your posture and just standing up for yourself.
So is that what we're going to see?
I hope so.
What else are we going to say?
We can see whatever. We can do whatever. I cleared my schedule. So we're going to do a push defense, and then we are going to do a double grab defense, like if you're slammed up against a locker.
Okay.
And what we're also doing, because I know this is a live feed, if anybody does a hashtag self-defense on it, we're giving away 3 of my self-defense books for children.
Fantastic.
Yeah, which is a $15 value. So we'll pick 3 winners, and then I'll ship them to you. I'll get in contact with you and I'll ship it.
Did I know you had a self-defense book for children?
Molly did. I'm just saying.
Shout out to Molly O'Brien. She knew we didn't. The hashtag self-defense with Go Local, and Mark, you can be eligible to win. But I'm going to step out here and let you do
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Go welcome him around the corner, and people will
Joe's somewhere. I don't know where he is.
Here he is. Okay, come on in. I'm going to...
Okay, so the first thing, we can actually get rid of those. The first thing we're going to do, and you can help us too, you can do this, right?
Okay.
So if you're in this confrontation with a bully, we're just talking about school age right now, and he actually goes to push me, right? So, when someone pushes you, they push you in the chest, right? No one's going to come up to you and start pushing you in the face, right? That's not what happens. So if my hands are already up, because I've already learned that I'm taking a stand, right? I want to be proactive and take control of the situation, whether I'm a child or whether I'm an adult, right? My hands are up, I'm just like, just leave me alone, I have no problems. So when he goes to push me, all I'm going to do is slap the hands out like that. So, right, so if he's going fast and I'm here, there we go. Now, with that, I didn't hit him.
Yeah.
But I've now shown him that I mean business and I can take care of myself, which is extremely important, especially if I was being bullied. But as you can see, I just deflected his hands. I didn't actually hit him.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm talking about with bullying, right? It's not necessarily I have to hit him in the face. It's that you're just standing up for yourself and you're changing the dynamics of this relationship.
Yeah.
Okay? It's platonic, by the way. So when we're here, he's just coming in and we're just deflecting like that. Now, that would be just an example of something you could do. We're going to just change the scenario a little bit where maybe he's an adult and I'm a child, right? I don't know him and he's trying to mug me, whatever he's trying to do. So now we're going to change our self-defense technique because we're able, depending on the situation, to teach the children or the adults, how to defend themselves with the necessary force. Remember, again, I just want to get home safely. I don't necessarily want to hurt him. If I have to survive, then yes, I'm going to do it. But I can run fast. So what we would do from this scenario is if he goes to push me, I'm just going to push his hands out like that, which opens up my strike. So from here, my hands are up. I would just box his ears. Right now, this is an adult. I'm a little kid. I know I'm short. Right? I'm going to take my fingers right to his eyes. So the important thing about that is if they can't see me, they can't hurt me. Right now, I wear contact lenses. And if something happens to my contact lens during the day, everything I'm doing stops, and that's what I have to fix. So now if I take my thumb, which is nicely manicured, and stick it in his eye, did you just laugh back there? You're a silent guy over there. Then I can just run away. All right? So one of the techniques we would teach in our self-defense is to push it, to hit it, and there's my hammer fist coming straight in. Now that's 3 strikes in about 3 seconds, and then I can run away. Right? So that would be an example of a self-defense technique, quick, effective. I'm not trying to beat him up. I'm just trying to get away. You want to try it? Don't be shy.
So who am I playing here?
You're going to, Joe gets beat up because he looks better. So we're going to do a little scenario here, right? So he's going to come up to you. You're just going to put your hands up like that with your left foot forward. Okay, and you're just going to say stop.
Stop.
Okay, now let's do that again like you have some oomph, right? Stop.
Let it out.
Let it out. You got it.
Okay.
Like you don't like him. Just tell him to stop.
Okay.
Okay, ready? One more time. Put your hands up.
Stop.
Very good. Now, I will show you. When he goes to push you, just parry the hands out, just like that. Good. Now, you take your hands like you're a monkey with the cymbal, and you just box his ears.
Fists are open. Oh, cymbal.
Good. And then you take your fingers,
right,
hit him in the
while
eye.
they're right there.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we said. It's so quick. So I've pushed the hands away.
Box the ears, fingers, and now you take a hammer fist just like this, and hammer fist him in the face. Excellent job, just like that.
Into the nose.
So now what happens with that is, if he can't see you, he can't hurt you. And when his nose will break, which that strike will do, then his eyes will automatically water and they'll close.
It's involuntary. It's not much.
Well, I'll tell you, jokingly enough, sometimes, occasionally, my spouse who goes, "Go ahead, throw." I don't know how to throw a punch. I've never been in boxing training before. I don't know which part of the hand.
So I'll give you 2 great tips.
Hit with.
You either use the palm of your hand, and
Yep.
you're giving his face a nice high five, right? You can go slow, just come up like that. Mr. Joe, you want to grab the mitt so she can hit it real quick?
Do it.
I'm going to make you better than Molly.
Let's hit stuff.
I'm going to make you better than Molly.
Well, the challenge is out there.
So what am I doing here?
So you just put your hands up, just like we showed you. Then this hand is just going to palm that, just like that. Good. And then you go on the other side. Good. Just try it one more time. Pop, pop. And then, good. And then, so we're going to go one more time. We're going to go palm, palm. Now we take your hand up like a hammer fist and drop it down. Perfect. Very good. Good job. So you don't actually have to know how to strike.
A real punch, per se.
You just have
So
to
the palms.
palm or hammer fist.
Okay, that's good to know, because I think a lot, especially women, might not. A lot of women might not know, might feel a little hesitant to actually throw like a traditional punch person.
And I know I'm the voice over the camera. No one sees me. I'm like the Wizard of Oz. But if you don't know what to do, either go for the eyes, the throat, or the groin.
Okay.
Right? So you don't know what to do. I've never trained. Well, here's the eyes, there's the throat, and then there's the groin. Okay, you did excellent.
Very important.
I'll show you one more. I'll show you one more.
Okay, I'm going to scoot out here.
So we can lose the mitts too. So you did very well. And for you. So now the other thing we're going to do is say that we were maybe, I know we don't have enough space, like against a locker or something like this. Now I can't move.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So now I want to defend myself. We can say this, I really need to defend myself, or it's an adult and I don't know what to do. I'm afraid. And he's grabbing me, right? All I do is the same thing I just taught you. My hands are up, I'm right to the face. Right? Now, even if he's pulling me in close. Right? So real self-defense is not hard. You just have to do something to get away.
Wait, do that one again.
Okay, Barry, you ready for this? right? Now, I'll give you a trick. So what we would normally do when we teach this in class is we would kind of come in here and shoot straight to the face, and then you could hammer fist, and then I could kick the groin, or I could kick the leg. Now, this is a good thing, too, because we have a lot of women, and as you can see, I'm not the tallest person in the room, right? No heels, no heels. Again, I could stop wearing them. So from here, when I come in and I shoot and I kick, I've trapped his hand, and then I just take him with my finger, with his finger, right? So I
do the finger.
The finger lock, right?
Okay.
And I'm in, and then I have him. So now, if I know what I'm doing, I can just take him down with the finger, and then I can control him. Obviously, Joe is a detective, so he could handcuff somebody without actually having to use a lot of force, right? Again, I'm not trying to hurt my adversary if I don't need to. I just want to get away.
But going for the finger is...
Going for the finger is a nice alternative to causing a lot of physical pain with punching or striking. And the thing is, you know, the whole body works together. So once you cause pain with this finger lock, it causes an involuntary motion of his knees. He drops down. Now we're the same size, right? Which makes it easier for me,
Yes.
and then you can control him.
Okay.
And the cool thing about that is when we teach the children, they do that on the adults, right? So they're not hurting each other, but they can actually see, you know, the technique work on Mr. Joe or myself or the other instructors, and they get those wins. And once they get those wins, it starts changing their behavior and they get more confident.
Very good. Well, thank you for coming in for the demonstration.
Thank you.
Thank you for having
And I'm
us.
going to come back out and let people know that we're going to be taking off here. So thank you again.
welcome.
I
My
appreciate
pleasure.
it. I'll let you go around the corner.
All
and
right,
we'll see
appreciate
you soon.
it.
Okay. This is Marc Bochner with Bochner Self-Defense. Again, he says he has now the highest rated self-defense studio here in Rhode Island, giving us some tips and techniques with the beginning of the school year about how to address the issue of bullying and how to give some tips for kids and young adults and people of any age to defend yourself. So I appreciate him coming in again today. He's been in before. It's good to be able to get these lessons here.